Complete the square for each of the following quadratic trinomial. Trinomial, it means it has three terms. You have 1, 2, 3. You have three terms. All of them have three terms. So that is the meaning of trinomial. So this is a quadratic equation because the highest power of the variable is 2. So now let's start with a. The expression a is x squared plus x plus 1. Now you have, so the coefficient of this and the coefficient of this is 1. So we need to change this in a complete square. So for us to do that, you have x. Now you say plus half of the coefficient of x is 1. So half of it is 1 over 2 all squared. Now you now say minus half of this, half of the coefficient of x, which is 1, so half of it is 1 over 2, so squared plus 1. So this will give us x plus 1 over 2 plus half squared minus 1 over 4 plus 1. So this will now amount to x plus 1 over 2 square. Yeah, this one will now be minus, let me see, you have minus 1 over 4 plus 1. The 1 is same thing as 1 over 4. So this will be the same thing as x plus 1 over 2 square. You know, 1 is 1 over 4. 1 divided by 4 divided by 4 is same thing as 1. So minus 1 over 4 plus 4 over 4 will give us, let's say it will give us plus 3 over 4. Now let's, the b you have x squared minus 3x plus 2. Now the coefficient of x squared is 1, so we're going to do it this same form. We say this is equal to, let's say, x all squared, or first open bracket x, this is plus. Now the coefficient of x here is minus 3, so minus 3, so you take half of the coefficient of x, which is minus 3, so minus 3 divided by 2 all squared, then minus half of the coefficient of this is minus 3 all over 2 squared plus 2. So we have expressed this as complete square, which is this. So we will now have x plus times minus is minus, so you have x minus 3 over 2 all squared. Then this one will be minus, so minus 3 over 2 square will be 9 over 4 plus 2. So this will be the same thing as saying x minus 3 over 2 all squared. This is minus 9 plus 8 all over 4 all over 4. So this will give us, you have x minus 3 over 2 all squared. This will be minus 1 over 4. So that is what we will get here. So that is what we get. So becomes minus. So that is that. So this is for B. Then for C, we have 3x squared minus 5x plus 1. So now the coefficient of x squared is not 1. So what we're going to do is we just say 3 into x squared minus 5 over 3x plus 1. Now we're not going to touch this. We're not going to express this in form the whole of it. So what we're going to do now is to change this into a complete square. So you now have 3 bracket open, 3 times bracket open, you have x. So let me do it this way, x. Let me just say, okay, plus half of this, half of the coefficient of x is 5x all over 3 divided by 2. That is half of it, so square, minus half of this, half of the coefficient of x, which is minus 5 over 3 divided by 2, all squared, then plus 1. So all of this should be enclosed. Now we now have 3x, so plus times minus is minus, so you have 5 all over 6 all squared, minus this one will be 5, this is my minus 5 all over 6, so all squared, so this will give us 25 all over 36 plus 1. Now we now have 3, use 3 to multiply inside, you have 3x squared minus 5 over 6. How am I squaring it now? I'm making a mistake. So all squared, so you have 3 times x squared minus 5 all over 6 all squared, that is 3 times bracket open x minus 5 all over 6 bracket close square minus 25 divided by 12, because 3 divided 36 will give us 12 plus 1. So now we now have this square. Now 12 times 6 is 12. 12 times 1 is 12. So okay, let me just do it. See, let me call this plus minus 25 all over 12 plus 12 over 12. 12 over 12 is same thing as 12 over 12 is same thing as 12 divided by 12 is same thing as 1. So you have 3x minus 5 all over 6 all squared. So you know plus times minus is minus, plus times plus is plus. So that is it. So you'll be left with minus 25 plus 12 all over 12. You have 3x minus 5 over 6 all squared. So minus 25 plus 12 will give you minus 13. So you have minus 13 all over 12. So that is the final answer. Now the next one is 4x squared. This is C. Okay, this is D. The final question, minus 4x minus 13. Let me be sure. Okay, that is it. Now we'll now write this in this form: 4x bracket open 4 times bracket open square minus x bracket close minus 13. So we now have this. So to change this to complete square, you say 4, this will now be x let me just say minus, let me not be using minus plus minus, so because plus minus is the same thing as minus. So what is the coefficient of x here? 1. Half of 1 is 1 all over 2 all squared minus half the coefficient of x. So coefficient of x is 1, so half of it is 1 over 2, so minus 1 over 2, so squared. Then this is minus 13. The whole of this enclosed, which is multiplied by 4. So you have 4 into this one will be x minus 1 over 2 all squared minus 1 over 4 minus 13. So we now have, expanding this expression, you have this all over 2 square minus 1 minus 13. So we left with 4x all over 2 all squared minus 14. So this is the final answer. So we'll stop at this point.